So, Mike, a high stakes courtroom battle in Washington could determine whether President Trump's use of the National Guard in D.C. was lawful
Hmm.
or a dangerous overreach. 23 Republican led states are backing Trump, while 22 Democrat led states side with D.C.'s Attorney General, calling the deployment unconstitutional. With oral arguments set for October 24th, the ruling could reshape how presidents use the guards in cities across America. So, Mike, do you see this as necessary protection or as a chilling precedent?
Well, I mean, this goes both ways. I can argue both sides on this. I mean, he sent him into
Me
Washington
too.
D.C. It succeeded. I mean, by and large, it helped. I think everybody could probably look at it and say, whether or not it was constitutional. So here's the question, and Trump has been good at this. If they decide that sending in quote the National Guard isn't legal, what's to stop Trump from starting a new organization that is legal? I mean, like he's been known to, he invented the Space Force as an example, and maybe he just invents I don't know, some new federal thing that circumvents the law. I don't know
Well,
where this
Mike,
is going to go.
it seemed like when we talk about stuff the next week, that's what's happening. So you just fucked up and put it out in the air.
Yes, exactly. So it won't be called the National Guard anymore. It'll be called the Federal Assistance Management Program for States Guard.
Okay, I'm gonna have to mark this because I want to
That's what's
see
going to
how
happen.
accurate the title that they choose, because that sounds like a reasonable name. That sounds like
Yeah.
a Trump name for an
Yeah,
organization.
because they like those things, and you got to put letters in it, like Doge or something. You got, start with all the letters, and that's what's that'll. I mean,
And then
here's
they'll
my
have a meme
problem.
campaign to go with it.
Yep, my problem is the states or the places that he wants to send the National Guard to have legitimate issues that are not being addressed by the local authorities. Now, that's irrelevant to whether or not it's legal or not to send in the federal troops. I understand that, but you know the problem is that it's political behind the scenes because he probably wouldn't necessarily need to send in the troops to certain locations if they actually cooperated, but they're not. So that's a deeper issue. And there's a hatred of. I would say if you're on the left, you hate ICE, which if you analyze that doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, here's a institution that is in place to protect all citizens of the United States.
Well, they also hate police too. I mean,
Well, I mean,
so
yeah,
I
I
mean, this
guess.
fits right in with their line of thinking.
Yep. And what you're seeing once again is that was largely the Biden administration catered to that, and the pendulum has swung the other direction now. And I look, I history's going to show. And I don't think this is a political statement. I think history's going to show that Biden was a terrible president, right? And those
Well,
4 years
already
were,
done that.
yeah. I mean, look, even today, Obama came out and basically congratulated Donald Trump on, securing a peace deal in the Middle East, which, by the way, we're going to talk about in a second. But that has so many implications. That's something that Biden had not one iota of success, zero.
Mhm.
And that's just one thing. I also saw an interesting interview on MSNBC the other day, where they sent a reporter down to the border in Texas, with the Mexican border, and the same reporter had gone down there 2 years ago under the Biden administration, and I think at that point there was like 2,000 people crossing a day. She spent 3 days down there, and there wasn't even 20 people that they nabbed. Like, to say that Biden was ineffective on the border is like saying water is necessary to life.